Hello and welcome to Autumn Flame Gaming. I'm your host Ben. Let's talk some Apex Legends. Like most of us, we have all been drawn into the world of Apex Legends, and for the most part, we have all been having an amazing time. From my gameplay so far, I've compiled some tips for the average to good player to help you and your team move past good into great. While we may not all have the individual skill of Shroud or Choco, we can all overcome the individual skill deficit with great teamwork. While not every piece of advice will help with random teams, the basics will at least come in handy at some point. Tip 1. Teamwork. It cannot be understated the importance of teamwork in a game such as Apex Legends. Sharing loot, communicating well, supporting and backing up your teammates are all important things you should always be thinking about. The group comes before the individual. Your skills should always complement your allies. Your strengths should support their weaknesses and their strengths should support your weaknesses. You should always be watching in front of you, behind you, and always thinking about the team rather than yourself. When you consider the team as a whole, your chances for victory will increase greatly as well. Tip 2. Focus fire. Apex Legends is different than other BR games, with a longer time to kill. It is harder to 2v1 in Apex Legends compared to games like PUBG or Fortnite. So with good teamwork and communication, focus fire will help your team win fights that much quicker. For example, one person firing for 23 damage a shot at 3 shots a second will take 1.66 seconds to kill an unarmored enemy assuming all chest shots, while 3 people firing for 23 damage a shot will kill an unarmored enemy in 0.66 seconds. Now turning your 3v3 into a 3v2, then a 3v1. Team focus fire will always give your team the advantage to help account for less than perfect aim, ensuring you have the better odds to win a gunfight. Effective spotting, calling out, and target prioritization will help your team take the edge in fights. Tip 3. Know your legend. Know the strengths and weaknesses of your legend. Know synergy with other legends, with the Bloodhound, Wraith, Bangalore meta being especially good at the moment. Bloodhound being able to capitalize on Caustic and Bangalore's gas and smoke respectively with Sight or the All-Father. Bangalore, know when to drop your smoke to protect your teammates or disrupt opponents. Wraiths, know how and when to flank effectively to disrupt the enemy's position and pull them apart so your team can capitalize on their disruption. Pathfinder, providing effective alternate mobility for your team. Caustic, using your Nox gas effectively to close off a choke, giving your team time to heal or reposition. Lifeline, drop pod, drop pod, drop pod, drop pod. Gibraltar, effective use of your shield to protect your teammates from ultimate barrages or to close off a choke for a brief period safely. Mirage, bamboozle. Tip 4. Throwables. Never underestimate throwables. The throw range in Apex Legends is incredibly long, so always take advantage. From pushing an enemy out of a position or covering a retreat, a throwable can delay an enemy that precious few seconds, allowing you to regroup and heal. A thermite charge left in a doorway or hallway can force an enemy to reposition or find an alternate route to track you down. Frags and arc stars are fantastic at clearing defensive positions and buildings. Wraith especially can capitalize on throwables with her ability to sneak behind enemy lines unseen, and can make things easy pickings, especially with a few well-placed arc stars. Tip 5. Mobility. There are times to hide and there are times to move. Make sure you're making full use of your character's mobility when moving, attacking and retreating. Timing jumps effectively, ziplining and sliding should all become second nature to you. You never want to move in a predictable pattern that your enemy will sure to follow. Always be on the move in a firefight, looking for a better angle to flank or engage with. Your enemy will surely be doing the same. Height will always be an advantage, giving you extra scouting information and security that someone on the low ground will lack. Tip 6. Third partying. Some would tell you that this is a cheap, dirty strategy. I disagree. You should always seek to take whatever advantage you can. When you see two teams fighting and they're both fatigued, low on ammo, low on meds, people down, dead, it is a key time that you should attack. You can not only take out one, maybe both teams very quickly as they are trying to heal and resurrect their characters and are fatigued from a long fight, while your characters are fresh and ready to go. You should always be on the lookout for people trying to third party you, because if you know anything about this game, getting third partied will end your team faster than anything else. Tip 7. Take only the fights you need to. Don't take bad fights. Do not take bad fights just to up your KD or your stats. With the previous point, you will be third partied if you don't have a strong position to defend from. Pick your engagements wisely. Always have the advantage, and don't start a fight if you do not think you can finish quickly. A long fight does nothing but increase the chances you'll be hit by a third party. There is no shame in disengaging, repositioning to give yourself a better ambush site or area of strategic value. A win with 1 kill is always better than 10th with 10 kills. Tip 8. Don't be a loot goblin. If your teammate dies and you have a respawn beacon nearby and time to resurrect without the zone or an enemy team being an issue, leave their stuff alone. All you're going to do is make your team weaker while you cherry pick out the best gear and create a huge power imbalance. If you have a fully kitted out sniper rifle, AR, Phoenix kits, health and shields, and all they have is a Mozambique, you are letting your team down. A team with average gear, but everybody has average gear, will do better than one person with perfect gear and 2 people with nothing but a very bad pistol or SMG. Always share the loot around, always seek to get everybody with at least a medium of equipment. Tip 9. Practice with a few weapons until you find something that you're comfortable with. You may see your favorite streamer do great work with a high skill weapon like a wingman or peacekeeper, but if you don't have the consistent aim, go for a more forgiving weapon, such as the R301. The rapid fire weapons will allow you to compensate for slightly less aim with more bullets put down. Magazine size will nearly always be handy. When an enemy has to reload and you don't, you have the advantage to take them out when they're vulnerable. The LMGs, while difficult to use at times, can always help in this situation. Snipers in the game can be very hit or miss. If you have very good aim to take out people consistently with headshots, it can be handy, but due to the TTK and knockout shields, it can be harder to take someone out permanently with a sniper if they get behind cover. The Kraber can be an exception to this at times, but still, if the person is solo, it is handy. Against a full team of 3, less so. The only sniper I have found to really be worthwhile in regular situations is the Scout, a fast firing DMR that allows you to accurately and quickly put out a large amount of damage. It is good for most loning people if you are not confident about getting your single shot bolt action rifle shots. Tip 10. Have fun. Remember, this is just a game, and you should always seek to have fun with your teammates and allies while trying to improve your skills. If you find yourself becoming frustrated, it is always okay to take a short break to refresh yourself and come back with a clear head. A muddled head will not bring you a victory. You will become lazy and sloppy and distracted. Your aim will suffer, your battle awareness will suffer, and your enjoyment will suffer. Always have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something today. I appreciate you sticking around, and if you have learned something and would like to see more Apex and other gaming content, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for future content. See you in the arena, legend, and may the blessing of the All-Father be upon you.